You know that feeling when a new relationship seems almost too perfect? Well, that's exactly what we're digging into today. A dynamic that kicks off with this amazing, overwhelming affection, but can end up somewhere, well, somewhere much, much darker. Let's get right into it.
I mean, really think about it for a second. That whole whirlwind romance, the constant texts, the praise, the feeling like, wow, I finally met my soulmate. But what if all of that incredible, intoxicating affection wasn't a fairy tale? What if it was actually a carefully laid trap?
Okay, so to really wrap our heads around what's happening here, we got to zoom out a little bit and talk about the bigger picture. And that bigger picture is something called emotional manipulation.
At its core, emotional manipulation is all about one thing: control. It's when someone subtly starts to influence your feelings, your thoughts, and your actions just so they can get what they want. You can almost picture a puppeteer, right? They're pulling the strings from behind the scenes. Their goal isn't a true partnership. It's having complete and total control.
And that right there, that's the absolute key. A manipulator isn't looking for a genuine connection with you. They're looking for power over you. They're experts at finding your vulnerabilities, your insecurities, and then using those as levers to gain more and more influence.
All right, now let's zero in on one of the sneakiest and most powerful tools in the manipulator's playbook, the love bomb. And hey, if you've ever found yourself in a new romance thinking, man, this just seems too good to be true, well, this might just be why.
So what is love bombing? The name kinda says it all. You are literally bombed with affection. It's this insane, overwhelming flood of praise, gifts, and nonstop attention right at the very beginning. It's like you're getting a free trial of the perfect relationship, and it's all designed to make you feel like you've finally found your one and only soulmate.
And the whole process is pretty insidious. First, they just overwhelm you with all that affection to get you completely and totally hooked. And of course, that creates a really strong emotional dependency. But, and this is the big but, once you're attached, that free trial suddenly expires. And that's when the real game starts. That's when the control and manipulation creep in.
So why? What's the end game here? Why would anyone go to all this trouble? Let's peel back the mask and look at the real motives behind it all.
This quote really just nails it. It was never about genuine affection. It's all about creating leverage. By showering you with all that love, they make you feel like you owe them something. And that feeling of obligation, it's the perfect setup for them to take control.
And here's the thing, this tactic is incredibly effective because it achieves a bunch of goals all at once. It helps the manipulator gain control fast, it makes you emotionally dependent on them for validation, it creates this fake accelerated intimacy that makes you blow right past any red flags, and ultimately, it's all for some kind of personal gain, whether that's financial, emotional, or something else entirely.
Now, once the love bomb has done its job and you're hooked, the manipulator doesn't stop there. They move on to the next phase. And this is where the walls really start to close in.
The next step is almost always isolation. The manipulator starts to subtly, or not so subtly, cut you off from your support system, your friends, your family. The goal is simple. If you have no one else to turn to, their voice becomes the only one you hear.
You see how this works, right? It's a devastating 1-2 punch. Love bombing is the hook that reels you in, and then isolation is what keeps you trapped. It's a powerful combination designed for maximum control.
So, knowing all this heavy stuff, how can we actually tell the difference? How do we go from being vulnerable to this kind of tactic to being empowered against it?
It all comes down to one crucial distinction: intent. Genuine, healthy affection is generous. It's selfless. It's about giving love and support freely. Love bombing, on the other hand, is completely selfish. The affection is just a tool being used to take something from you: your autonomy, your independence, your control.
And that really leaves us with a final thought. Healthy, true affection should make you feel stronger, more confident, more connected to the world around you. Manipulation, no matter how beautifully it's disguised, ultimately just chips away at who you are. So it's a question worth asking in any relationship, really. Is this building you up, or is it breaking you down?